What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? This is HBCU Tonight, episode 70. If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share, most of all, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. And let me fix up my lighting. And everything's good. So as always, you know how we do it. Give out announcements just like we in church. And let the church say amen. Amen. All right, just become a subscriber. Just hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Also, if you want to hit me up on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram and Twitter is HBCU @_overdrive. And on Facebook, it's under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. You'll catch me on there. I'll be doing more posting, a lot of more stuff on there, on all my platforms. And second of all, if you become an exclusive member, we're going to start doing more member-only live shows. So in order for you to become to view the live shows for members only, you have to become an exclusive member. That means you have to subscribe and hit the join button to become an exclusive member. So that way you can jump in and have a good old discussion with just the members only. And then last but not least, you can hit up as far as donations. You can hit up the PayPal, Cash App, or Zelle initiative for the next month or two. Will be going down to New Orleans to cover the Legacy Bowl, HBCU Legacy Bowl. I haven't came up with a number yet as far as how much I need, but we're more than likely going to need at least about $1,000 to help cover the travel expense and hotel stay. But we're going to try to start that off if you can. If you want to, you can start that off today. If not, we can start it off before the end of the year. So that just lets you know what's going on. Like I said, we do this. We do it. This is an initiative right here to get us down to New Orleans in February for the Legacy Bowl that's coming up. But we are here. We are here on this good December the 22nd, year of our Lord 2023. And y'all already know, I ain't gonna get no, I can't give an introduction, but y'all already know who this lady is. She been popping all day, every day. The head women's basketball coach for Arkansas Pine Bluff, the Diva coach, Miss Dawn Thornton, is in the building.
What up? What up? What up?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just trying to get off of work. I've been working all day, so pretty much that's what's going on.
I just blessed you for you to take that trip to the Legacy Bowl. So I am supporting the movement. Best wishes to you. So, I
Thank you.
dropped your little nugget off in your cash app. I do believe
Thank
in what
you.
you're doing. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
I'm trying to see who this other person, DJ Yo. I don't know who that is right there. I don't know who that is yet, but I'll check it out. But right now, look, you having an actually good season this year in non-conference play. The ladies are, look, I watched them play. I watched, especially when y'all play Arkansas, balling. Tell me about the team that you got now, and tell me what the pieces that you had that you retained on the team from last season.
Well, we had a really great run last year. I thought that we picked up the momentum and peaked at the right time, late February, going into our conference play, as our conference tournament, which was really, really great for us. And off of that brand new team, I think I brought in like 13 new players last year. We returned all of them but two. So every major piece that we had last year, they all came back this year, and we were really excited about that. And we also, brought Zay Green. She sat out last season due to an injury. She's back 100%. Everybody sees that. We added Karina Carter, and we returned actually one of my former players that played year before last, starting point
Hmm.
guard for me right now, Kayla Walker. So, I think we have a very dynamic group. The experience from last season, as it has transitioned over with the group that we have now, has been really, really good. We've seen some success. We've learned a lot of lessons from some of the losses that we've had, but it's been really special, and I've enjoyed making memories with this group. It's been beautiful.
Okay, that's good. So we all saw it. You played your non-conference schedule. I think you played Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. You played Oregon State. Is that correct, Coach?
Yes.
Okay. Those games was real close, down towards the wire. Um, you did just play, like I said, you just played University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. Uh, Big
We had
win
Mississippi.
against
Yeah,
it.
we had Mississippi State, we had
Miss,
Clemson, we had
mhm.
Tulsa, like
SMU.
it's SMU, North Texas. It's been brutal. It has.
Yeah, I actually wanted to go to the game here when y'all play SMU. It's not too far from me, and I think yeah, North Texas. I would have took the drive up to them. That's like 20 minutes from my house. I would have took both drives. The SMU win, which kind of kicked it off. Tell me about that win right there, particularly.
Well, we had just come off the road from, our Thanksgiving tournament where we start off with Tulsa to Mississippi State to Clemson, a 1 day break, went to Arkansas State. So I thought that those were 4 games where we played really well. We've gelled with each other. We've been able to identify our identity and what we wanted to do. So that's been something that I've been waiting to see. We have a new system this year, a lot different defensively this year than what we played in the past. So we've really been excited about what that brand of basketball looks like. Um, and we played extremely well, losing to Tulsa in overtime and losing to Mississippi State top 25 by less than 10, and ran out of gas versus Clemson. No gas. We had no gas when we played Arkansas State. Uh,
Mm.
but but we've been in the game, and I thought that with those few days off that we had in between before we were able to play SMU in North Texas, that rest was beneficial to us. And so, I definitely will put my roster up against any roster in the country because we have quite a bit of talent on this basketball program. So I knew that it was going to be something that it was just a matter of time because we just been scratching the surface all of November. So, December has been good to us, and I've really enjoyed watching them grow and learn each other.
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule, like you said. Uh, Oregon State lost by 11. Oregon was kind of more of a blowout. Then you played Texas A&M, Texarkana. The Tulsa one kind of slipped up, but then you played Mississippi State. You played them close. So each game each game in the month of November and December, y'all been in um, as far as being competitive. Of course, like I said, it kicked off with the Pine Bluff. I mean, with the SMU win. Then going to, like I said, going to Fayetteville, playing the flagship school, University of Arkansas, and winning by 4. And I seen when that game, it was a lot elation, jubilation in that game. Just tell me how you felt when the clock hit 0, and,
You know,
you found out that you like, man, you won.
well, when the clock hit 0, I was sitting there thinking to myself, "There's gonna be some more time that's gonna come on this clock. This game is not over." That's what I just kinda kept telling myself, but, I was happy. I was happy for the city of Pine Bluff, for our community, for our university, for HBCUs as a whole, because we're so often overlooked. We're so underrated. I was sitting there watching Southern play Oklahoma today, and I'm sitting here saying I don't want to see one post about an upset because so many people keep saying, upset this, upset that. No, it's a different brand of basketball that's going on right now with our HBCUs, and we're so proud of the product that our student athletes are putting out every single day. And I just tweeted about it today. Like the portal has leveled the playing field. So
Yep.
for what we were able to accomplish in Fayetteville just gives other teams hope. Southern gave us hope, today, and we have to build on the shoulders of those programs that stand for the same things that we stand for, and that's our schools. And it's just been beautiful to be a part of history, to leave your mark in Fayetteville. It felt good. Arkansas is 15-0 on all in-state schools. So for it to be their first loss to be versus the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff and HBCU, it felt really, really good for our program.
Man, look, I was at work and I looked at my phone. I seen the post. I said, "Man, Coach going off," because this is after I seen Southern beat Southern winning against Oklahoma. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, somebody real they big mad up there in Norman. They is
Yeah,
big."
the announcers were so like the lady that was talking, she was just kind of like stuck a lot of times. It was two people doing color. The guy was kind of like carrying her, but Southern flat out though they played their heart out, and it was beautiful to watch. They came ready to play, and that's what this conference means to me and a lot of the other programs, my other colleagues in the conference. We're going to celebrate each other, and they represented for us. They represented for me, for Jackson, for Grambling, for everybody, and it's beautiful. It's a great level of basketball being played right now.
Yeah, on the men's and women's level, both conferences basically we are playing a great brand of basketball. And just like you said, the transfer portal just leveled the whole playing field because when you looked at it back then, probably like 5, 6 years ago, playing a team like Arkansas, it'd have been more than what you would have that score would have been more than what it was last week. So and it gives you a chance to actually go out there and get the players that you need and have them come to Pine Bluff. Now, I never did ask you this question last time. What do you tell the girls when you go out there and recruit them to come to Little Old Pine Bluff?
Well, I talked about it in my pregame speech versus Ole Miss. When I brought that group of girls together, those group of young women, excuse me, because they grown. And coach, I'm grown, grown, grown. Um, we talked about making history and building something special here in Pine Bluff that's never been done. And they bought into it. And that's all I can say that the conversation that I have when I'm recruiting is And I mean that. And that's what I told them. I said everything that we promised that we were going to do together, we're doing it. You know, a lot of these kids want a second chance, and they want a second chance to where they can go be themselves and have a good time and be able to express themselves through basketball. And I allow my players to do that, and they just love it. I mean, it's a family environment. I tell them the truth. I try to keep the business side out of it as much as I possibly can, because that's what you hear kids more so now saying, it's a business, it's a business. Well, they don't have to worry about a business. You know,
Mhm.
that's something that as coaches, that's something we should be, you know, focusing on. But, you know, I just allow them to be themselves, and they love it. They just and they love me. Like, golly, I mean, who wouldn't want to come play for me, right?
See, see that's something that you some that I don't want to call them recruits, that a young lady or young man needs to hear. Like, you want to hear, like, okay, if you was if you was in my household, I'm gonna treat you just like one of my kids, regardless of, I don't care if you are 18 or 21 or 22. I'm I'm Michael Jackson, you Tito. That's
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 right.
how, that's how I see it. I'm Michael Jackson, you Tito. We, you know, but I'm gonna treat you, and I'm gonna treat you with love. That's the thing that most kids need to have coming in, you know, coming into college. That they gonna, of course, you're gonna get your respect, but you're gonna be loved, and you're gonna get a good education and play a good brand of either football, basketball, whatever sport that you play. You're gonna play that good brand, and you're gonna represent yourself in the school as a whole.
Correct.
Um, Played Old Miss the other day, and of course the outcome wasn't the one that you wanted to have, because I know you wanted to beat uh, your friend Coach Yo. um, and afterwards, she blessed the team with a $10,000 donation. How did that feel like, coming from
Well, Yolette has given money to our program every year.
you? Hmm.
You know, that's something that she believes in us. She supports us. And for her being able to even come on the campus of University of Arkansas Pine Bluff is a true testament of what type of individual she is. You got to understand how you know, how difficult that may be for a lot of coaches, because just as Southern pulled up in Norman, Oklahoma, and beat them on Stillman, Oklahoma, and beat them on their home court, you know, think about what it would be like if that would have happened for, you know, Ole Miss. And so a lot of coaches have to be secure about themselves and be confident in who they are as a coach, because you know, if the shoe was on the other foot, if we would have won that game, you know, what would that have looked like for Coach Yo? As wonderful as she is, as everything that she's built for herself, you know. I was just, you know, just talking about that today. Like, our fans are so brutal to coaches. And you know, it doesn't look the way they want it to look. Then I mean, they the first ones to say, like, let the coach go. This is just, but for Yolette to be able to come to play us, knowing that we have a very competitive roster. But I thought that our level of basketball is a lot different than what you see um, on the Power Five schools. It's a lot grittier. I think it's a lot more physical. And I think that that was something that she wanted her young ladies to be able to experience as well. So I'm thankful that she had an opportunity to share that with me and be there with me during this season. It was special to me.
That's cool. So next game you have, which is on New Year's Eve, you're going to be at McNeese, and then you start off conference play against Alabama A&M at home. So, but everybody wants to know. Everybody's waiting on for the game March 7th at the AAC in Jackson against Jackson State and Coach Reed. Uh, how are you telling your players not to try to look ahead at towards that game right now?
Well, if you want to have an opportunity of competing for a regular season championship, the first game that matters the most is Alabama A&M, and then it's Alabama State. And so we aren't really focused on other teams. Excuse me, we'll take it one game at a time. I just think that they understand this is not their first rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we haven't really even looked that far ahead. I found myself today starting to watch Alabama A&M in their last game, and I had to turn it off because I forgot, not forgot, but I was like, Dawn, we play McNeese. You play McNeese first. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I really have to not try to get excited to put one before the other because I am excited about conference play. I'm ready to play in conference. Our kids are ready to play in conference, but we have one more assignment before then, and we always talk about taking it one game at a time. So I think that they understand that.
Right. Right now, the top team in the SWAC right now, just right now, is Bethune Cookman. You don't play. Let me see. You don't play them until January the 22nd. Uh, how do you feel about that game that's coming up next month?
Well, the rankings and all this other stuff that everybody has, it doesn't matter, honestly. Starting on January 6th, everybody's record, January 6th. When is the first conference game? The second? 6th. January
Six.
6th, 6 and 8, 6 and 8. Um, everybody's record will be 0-0. So preseason doesn't matter at all. You can't sleep around. Southern won 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Grambling, Power 5 win. Alabama A&M, big mid-major win. You can't look at preseason records. Won't look ahead at Bethune, but Bethune has been one of those sleeping teams. They played us really well last year. We lost to them last year at Bethune, and so they do what they do very well. And I think that it's going to be a very competitive game. I think every conference game is going to be competitive and tough. So I, you know, I wouldn't sleep on the Mississippi Valley, to be honest with you.
Right.
The Valley got to win. Like everybody is in the trenches. So it's going to be a very high competitive conference season. I think it's going to be like when I was in Prairie View in 2014. I think that the number one team that finished with the regular season, if I am correct, had 3 losses. So
Mm.
I don't see it being in the past where it's been somebody is going undefeated in conference. That I will say I can't see that being something as competitive as our conference may be. I don't think that there'll be anybody that will go undefeated this year.
Yeah. Um, and like I said, you earlier today you was on the I want to say a rampage on the tweets, but you was trying to say, hey, this ain't no upset. This is competitive basketball, and because an upset is to me an upset is like if they're number one and you beat them by 2 or something like that. Where I want to say it was a fluke play or anything like that, but looking at that
Mhm.
game right there, they they dominated in the fourth quarter. Uh, Pretty much clamped it down in the fourth quarter and beat them by 9. So I don't call that an upset. I call that a good old fashioned butt whipping.
That's exactly what it was. Exactly what it was. Yep.
And we don't give a lot. We didn't get too much in as far as your coaching staff, but uh, your coaching staff, uh, got to give them a shout out.
I love my staff. Shout out to Coach Meelan, Coach Bell, Coach Bree, and Angelique. We're like family. It feels so good to have assistants that you love, that you trust. I have so much love for them. I have so much love for their families, what they stand for. Um, even Coach Bree got a little dog named Ziggy that I can't be around because my allergies are so bad. But
Uh-oh.
like, we're so connected. We're so connected to each other, and it's beautiful, and I don't have half of the success that I have without them, and I know that. I acknowledge them, and I try my best to give them their flowers anytime that I get an opportunity to.
Oh yeah. Um, and then we talked about. I know last time we talked about your husband, Coach, the other Coach Thornton. um, I understand that what happened at Grambling, and I it's the business of coaching, and it comes, like you said, it comes with the territory. But are you happy to have him back home in the house?
Yes, it's been great. One thing about Cedric, he is great at what he does. He's always been able to shine and do his thing, and I thought that he did a wonderful job while he was at Grambling, in spite of the noise. In spite of the noise, his resume speaks volume for what he's done for the game of football. Has made a lot of wonderful memories and everything. And so it's Christmas time. It's a time to be happy and not focus on those type of situations, because we understand that that's a part of it. When we've been coaching, I've been fired before, I've been let go, and I've moved on. But one thing about it, when you're a great coach, and when you're a great coach, and when you've done right and you do the right things and you continue to do the right things, right will always follow you. So this is just a break, and he's enjoying it and being able to spend time with Camden, and like they was at the barbershop together today, and so it's been great.
Uh-oh, you gotta get that fresh cut. You gotta get that crispy cut coming on that.
Right,
You get that crispy cut. Look,
right.
so but yeah, I you know what? I always say it's good to have somebody that's almost pretty much in the same profession. Not, I want to say basketball, but as far as in that coaching profession, where you feed off ideas and stuff like that. But then too, you also need to have the time to recharge yourself and get yourself right before you head out to your next endeavor. So tell your husband, Coach Steve, we gonna, hopefully we gonna see him back on the sidelines. Maybe call, what I'm saying, give a nudge to Coach Hampton. Hey, 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 he good on that defense right there.
I stay in my lane. I don't want to ruffle any feathers at my job. I don't even know. I don't even go over there to the field house. So, I just stay in my lane.
Nah,
It's just like,
I just mess with you, but it's good to have. I know it's good for him to be at home and to just have him in the house and everything. So I accept it. We accept it, and like I said, hopefully he'll bounce. Hopefully he'll bounce back. So and it's
I
only like
appreciate.
you said,
Thank you.
only God gonna let him know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that too.
All right. Anything else? You got any more shout outs to for your players, the university?
It's just been
Uh,
wonderful. I appreciate you all for allowing me to be on. It means a lot to me. I just want to do right and do the things that I feel that God has ordered my steps to do. This game of basketball has been wonderful for me and my family, and I'm enjoying it. I want the best for this program and for Arkansas Pine Bluff to be getting as much coverage, as much footage, as much love and support and recognition and everything that they've been getting, that we've been getting, um, is beautiful. And I appreciate that's what I'm saying. I'm thankful for being here on this platform because you all are helping put UAPB brand across a national stage, a national platform. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful for that. So I appreciate that and thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, I ain't had no introduction like Josh had a couple weeks ago when you was on HBCU Nightly. I can't do the introduction that Pooh Bear did the other day. I watched that interview right there too. So I like, look, I just have to introduce my friend up here again. She the only one that been on the show 3 times. So
Whenever you want me, just call my name. I'll be there.
all right, Coach. You have a good one. Enjoy your holidays and Merry Christmas to you. And appreciate you for the donation today.
No problem. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to
Uh,
you also.
all right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Oh man, as always, look, uh we got Coach Thornton is in the house. Coach Thornton is in the house tonight. But yeah, hey man, hey, I know everything wanna come up in here. See, Mr. Campbell. But anyway, before we get into the next part of the program, the show for tonight, I guess I don't know. I want to speak my piece about what the hell is going on. I appreciate your time, appreciate you, but what the hell is going on with with Third Ward Tigers? I'm trying to figure out what is going on with these dudes. What is going on? My whole thing is, you don't want to win. Do you want to win? Do you want to win? You need to put Mac in. Do you want to win? You need to put Mac in. And ain't no way in the world. I'm being honest with you. Ain't no way in the world. If I'm Coach McNair, with the type of resume that you have and the pedigree that you have as far as the coaching and the knowledge of football, I'm sorry. If Texas Southern want to go another way and they use my language pussyfooting around, I'll just let them tell them, hey, you can have this. You can have it. I appreciate you, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the farm and chill out, chill. And then, we still seeing all these recruits signing for FAMU. Ain't nobody worry about y'all Otis. Ain't nobody come to see y'all Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see those Rattlers. But anyway, man, y'all look, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all building a program, y'all getting the roster done as far as putting talent on that team. And hopefully y'all add depth to the team. But I'm just trying to put it out there. Of course, TC is doing his thing and he's doing it quietly. You know what I'm saying? Another team that's doing some school is Alabama State with Erod. He's doing a magnificent job as far as his recruiting. Of course, we already talked about Mississippi Valley and the recruits that they bringing in for early signing day, and that's just a piece. And that's just one piece of the pie right there, because we still got February, the first Wednesday of February to figure out where the rest of the kids are gonna go for National Signing Day. Um, so my whole thing is if I'm and get back to the Texas Southern stuff. If I'm Coach McNair, it's either you're gonna give me a contract, you're gonna let me coach the team, you're gonna make if you want me there, say you want me there. But if not, I take my happy ass on down to Mount Olive to my farm, to my whatever he got, and chill out. Because the man has too much experience being an assistant, being a player, being a head coach for him to be, for all this to go this way. And whoever Texas Southern hired, if it's Big Mac or if it's Andre Johnson, if it's Brett Maxey, or even if it's Ed Reed, you better win, because what's going to happen is if you don't, the first person that's going to be on the chopping block is Kevin Granger. I mean, there's not too much stability at the school because there's no president. You got an interim president, so the board of regents is running everything. And my whole thing is, like I said, if you got a VP of athletics, if you got an athletic director, you got to let him or her pick and choose the groceries that he want to bring home. So, and also that is true. Texas Southern is making it hard when it comes to the recruiting part, because if your coaching situation is in limbo because two people from the BOR want to see who they want to come in, because they looking for the money type part, but they don't want to win. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just being real, y'all. I'm just being real. Just being real, just being honest. And I'm put it out there just like that. But it was good to have Coach D on here, Coach Dawn on here to let us know about her about the program and the strides that they had taken this season. But before we get into the real part of the show, we're gonna go ahead and take a little small commercial break. Be right back.
Yo, it's your boy Doc Holiday with HBCU Overdrive, and I am proud to sponsor Merch Sports. Check out his new line of collection, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. It's basically designed to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of black college football. And as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So go ahead and check it out over at shopmerchsports.com. Merch Sports. Merch for the sports enthusiasts.
We are back. I don't know what this is. I don't know who that is. All right. We back, man. So y'all know what? It's the holidays. Y'all know how it is. It is the holidays right now. Everybody's going to be with their families in a couple of days, or if you haven't um, um, rolled out, got on the road to wherever destination that you're going to um, today or tomorrow. Uh, we all know what the meaning of being with your family is all about, especially during the holiday season. Um, but you also have some people. You also have people that might not have somebody to go to, and so what you do is you want to make sure that you do a mental checkup on them during the holidays, because this is one of the hardest times throughout the season, um, where um, it's just a hard time to kind of evaluate. So you always want to make sure that you have somebody that is going to look out for you through, during these, difficult times like that. So, I was thinking of something else to talk about today, and it kind of hit me because uh, for those that don't know, my father, uh, the late David Earl Douglas, uh, was died. Well, I can't say killed because nobody didn't do anything, no harm to him. But he died August the 5th, 1989. I was only at that time 9 years old. And it took a minute for me, took a while for me to realize that um, I thought it was my fault because I wasn't there. So for some reason, I just felt bad. I felt kind of bad because his birthday is tomorrow. My dad would have been 63 years old tomorrow. Uh, but like I said, he uh, was only 28. What was only 28 when he passed away. Um, I didn't know how to deal with it at the time. When you 19 years old, I didn't know what to do, didn't know how to do it, didn't know when to do it. I just knew that, like, my best friend, that's not like my dad was my best friend. That he passed, he's no longer here, and that he's not gonna walk through that door to come pick us up, or he's not gonna walk through that door with with a with a beer can in his hand, talking about help me with this car. Uh, so excuse me. I tend to when I was younger, I tended to lash out more because I didn't know how to process it at the time. And my dad, died trying to save my uncle, and both of them, drowned in Lake Whitney, which is like 60 miles south of here going towards Waco. And, you know, getting a call from his mom, my grandma, God rest her soul, getting a call from her and letting her telling us that he was gone. It just hurt me to the core. Like when that happened, I cried for 3 days straight. I ain't want to eat nothing. I ain't want to be bothered by my mama. I ain't want to be bothered by my sisters. I ain't want to be bothered by nobody. I cried for 3 days straight. And it was hard. Now, we didn't have the money at the time to come back to Texas because we were living in California. We were living in Oakland at the time. So I never did get to, I never did get to bury my dad. And so I had all, I had all this pent up anger, this pent up rage in me. That anybody who even mentioned my daddy's name or just even say your daddy, it's like I lashed out. I was gonna fight you. I ain't care who he was. And so this is where turning 10, coming back home. Because I lashed out. I got in trouble for shoplifting. My mama beat the ever living dog doodle out of me. And I had no guidance. So I just lashed out. I didn't care who it was. I didn't care if it was my uncle or my mama, my grand. It's just that it was just that the only person that I felt like that understood me was my daddy. And I feel like, I just feel like he, I let him down. But then around 10, 11, this is where depression starts to kick in. I didn't know nothing about no depression. When you a kid, you don't know nothing about depression. You don't know nothing about ADHD. You don't know nothing about it, none of that stuff. Hell, you just a kid. So I was just a kid. I didn't know how to deal with it. And I remember the first time I remember the first time I tried to take my life. And I was 10 years old. And with nobody in the house, except for my great grandma, she was asleep. My little sister, my grandmother was gone to work. And I don't know. I just took the first thing that I saw, and it was a belt, and, belt loops and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I need to be with them like this. And little sister jumped, she seen me, she jumped in and she stopped me. So she stopped me. And so, that was my first brush with attempted suicide. And so going into middle school and then going into high school, it was still fresh, but you know, going into high school, it's like I ain't know what to do. So part of my outlet, was music. So I played in a band, and I was in the marching band at Cedar Hill, and I also did FHA. I also did French club. I was in an architecture club. Uh, I guess I did a lot of stuff to try to ease my mind off of all the stuff that I was going through. And basically, I would get up in the morning time, knowing that I'm still hurting mentally, and putting a mask on my face and saying that everything gonna be fine. Long nobody don't say nothing about your dad. Long nobody don't get in your face. Everything gonna be fine. Uh, and so I acted out. I lashed out. And now with my uncle. My uncle was my guardian. My uncle, my auntie, they were my guardians. So I lashed out, stole from them. Um, it was just one of them things that was just a cry for help. I didn't know how to tell folks how I felt. I know, you don't tell, back then we didn't tell folks how we felt like that. So I just, I just put it to the point where I just wanted to be more in tune, in tune with myself. But um, I mean, I guess I made it. I persevered. I graduated high school. I lived, and I ended up going to college. Ended up going to Jackson State. I think that was the best decision that I made in my whole lifetime. And the people that I met and networked and interacted with, I am still friends with these folks to this day, and that was 26 years ago. Um, but I still had this mask on my face because nobody didn't know what was going on with me, and I just felt like I didn't want to tell nobody how I felt, what was going through my mind. Um, you know, I kind of going through the whole motions, uh, where my knee help left, came back. Oldest daughter was born, came back to Mississippi State, moved around, went back home. And it was just one time, I think I was 25 years old. And I just couldn't take it. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't take it. I tried to run myself off the road. And I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know. It's like I blacked out. And my best friend, who was, we've been friends since 2001, 2002. She called, she was on the phone and calmed me down and told me to go home. And I ended up going home, had a relapse. Uh, so ended up going to ended up going to Parkland Hospital, and everybody, you in Dallas, you already know Parkland ain't the place to be. It's it ain't the place to be. And we talk, and Mr. Edwin, you already know we talk about Parkland. I talk about the old Parkland, the one that's across the street from the new one that they just built. Yeah, I was in a psych ward. Just think about this. Just in a psych ward. Kid just came back home, not even from school, not even 4 years out of school. And I have all this stuff going on with it. And I don't know, I just carried all that baggage with me. I carried it with me. Yeah, best hospital for trauma, but I don't know about anything else. I, you know, I guess I always try to see the good in people because that's what my granny always told me. You're always supposed to see the good in people. And I guess I'm somewhat gullible about that, but I mean, that's just me, y'all. That's just me. But at the end of the day, the reason why I told that story right there is because some people need that time. They need their health checkup. They need to know, like, hey, you good? Because sometimes we might not be good. You know, when I took Lady Holiday, the first time we went to Mississippi to Jackson for her first homecoming game. She told me, she's like, David, we gonna stop and go see your dad. I don't care what we do. Well, I take that back before we went to Mississippi. This is in the summertime. It's Father's Day. We're gonna go stop and see your dad. And I was like, okay, we're gonna go see dad because she's like, you got too much pent up. You feel like it's your fault that he not here. If you was here, because I always had this notion about if I was there with him, he would still be here. But I knew I was kind of lying. I was lying to myself about that. So, when it come down to it, we went to go for Father's Day. We went to go see my dad, and I went and talked to my daddy, and that was the best damn feeling that I had right there. That was the best feeling that I had to go and talk to my daddy. I didn't want nothing else, y'all. I just want to sit there and talk to my daddy. I didn't care if it was 100 degrees outside. I just wanted to talk to my daddy. And I got a chance to talk to him for a good 10 minutes. After that, I started trying to black out because it was too damn hot outside. And I needed that. I needed that to go talk to the old man. Let them, talk to them. Let them know how you doing. Let them know about your kids. Let them know about anything that you got going on. And that's what I do. Every time I go to Mississippi, where I just go to, I just go to Kilgore in East Texas. I go talk to my daddy. It could be for 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm gonna talk to that man right there. Cause I say without him, it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be none of this right here. So each time, like I said, each time we stop, and if I can't stop, I know where the exit is. I know where the hill is. You go up the hill, and I just say, "Hey, daddy," and we just roll on. So that was part of my letting go. That was part of letting go and letting him rest because I just had so much pent up, so much pent up. And it's crazy that y'all think about this. I outlived my father. I outlived my father. My daddy was 28 when he passed, like I said. And I'm 44 now. And I outlived my father. So, another thing, like I kind of experienced was during the pandemic. Quarantine is. I understand quarantine is like somebody put on the tape of 28 days later, and the it's like the zombie apocalypse movie and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, everybody stay, everybody stay in the house. Everybody stay in the house. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Right? A lot of folks didn't know how to deal with that. We knew how bad our kids was because for them being at home all the time with us. We knew what an essential worker was, but we also did know that uh, something like that took a toll on somebody's mental health. Uh, so I put a post out like it was 2020, and my ex-wife, she was getting on my head. Stay in the house. Don't go out unless you going somewhere like something important, like to the grocery store or something like that. And I tell her like, look, I stay in the house all the time. I'm in the house. I'm staying by myself. Like, I mean, okay, this is why I'm here now because we got divorced. But um, but you know, that first week it was good because I got my rest. I didn't have to worry about getting up early in the morning or early in the afternoon to make my way to work and stuff and deal with people and customers and stuff like that. But that second week, I was like, damn, man, I damn near lost my mind. And I put on there like, hey, when we have something like this, a quarantine, something like this, check on your people, man, that is dealing with depression and mental health issues. Because we not all that, we're not all right now. And my whole thing is the interaction with folks. And I'm just one of those. I'm just a people person. I like to be, sometimes I like to be by myself, but I'm a people person, and I've always been that way. And I did not feel right being in the house by myself. But it also, doing that gave me self-reflection about where my life was, where it was before then, where it is now. Jay White on that phone. I understand what you're saying, bro. You good with me. But it's one of them things where you really do need to check up on folks, especially around this time during the holidays, because like I said, some people they're not okay. Not saying that they're crazy or anything like that, but some people just not okay. I am one of them in particular. Um, but that's just something that we have to, you have to do. And when yesterday, I know I said this yesterday, and then I just see my group, my moderated group chat just blow up. And we just sat there, we talked for about, I don't know, almost 2 hours last night. It just so we could get my mind off of a lot of stuff, but also to try to let them know what is going on, how I feel and stuff like that. Sometimes that when some people, I don't know, some people are genuine because some people don't want to be dealing with all this stuff like that. And the reason why they don't want to deal with it because they either A, they never dealt with it before, or B, they're dealing with themselves and they don't know who to turn and talk to either. So this time, look, doing this podcast, this YouTube channel, it's my baby, it's my creation, but it's also my escape from things that if I have some on my mind, it's also my escape. It just, and you know what I'm saying? Lennon, you in my prayers, man. Everybody who lost somebody and they not gonna be able to celebrate them for the holidays right now, the Christmas holidays, the New Year's. Y'all in my prayers. And y'all just keep me in y'all prayers, man. And we all talk about, we all bicker, we all go back and forth about our respective institutions and football teams and whatnot. But sometimes that's, it's minuscule. It's minuscule because this is some more, when you think about it, it's bigger than that. I commend some players who not saying they want to, they're weak as far as not playing the sport that they've been playing for so long, but they are strong enough to come out and say, hey, I need to step back. I need to get help. And that's what we need to do. We need to not shun them, not talk down on them, not talk bad about them, but we need to go and embrace them and ask them and talk to them and say, hey, just like y'all saying right now, you got a friend of me. You got a friend of us. You got a whole family. You got a whole institution that got your back. It don't matter if whoever, you got bad apples here and there, but you got the good ones that's out there. They got your back. They got your back. They don't want to see nothing happen to you. They don't want to see nothing happen to you. And it's just like this. Like I said, my best decision, one of my best decisions was to go to Jackson State because I done connected with a lot of people and I've been friends with them for 26 years, about to go on 27. Joining my fraternity. My line's going to turn 18 next year in April. Then joining, being a Freemason. Like, just people that I can go and talk to about something. It could just be something small. It ain't got to be something big. But yeah, check on those folks during the holidays. Check on them. Y'all need it. They need it. They don't need to be shunned. Check on them. Make sure they all right. Hold on, let me see some. Now y'all know I don't check the. Y'all know I don't check the the chat, but I'm checking it today. This Ken over your last few podcasts. I wonder if you were okay, Doc, but I did think it was appropriate for me to ask. I just said to myself, I hope he is okay. No, I mean, at the end of the day, when I do this podcast, it's a job. It's a job, and it's one of them jobs where I volunteer myself. But I don't mind people coming to me and asking me, "Hey, bro, you good? You good, sir?" So no, I'm perfectly okay with that, Miss Kim. I appreciate that. And it's always like this it's always when it comes down to this time, his birthday, I get like this because it's it's my dad. I know, and then my great grandmother was born on Christmas Day, and then my grandmother, my mom's mother, born January the 6th. So it's like sticking into it. But at towards the end of the day, we get to celebrate my mom's birthday, my oldest daughter's birthday, LeBron's birthday. Not just playing. But it kind of balances itself out throughout this whole month. I just, my big sister, my cousins, they all birthday just passed up a couple weeks ago. But around this time, towards this time, it's like it's somber. But then it's like, man, look, my mom about to turn up. She about to be 62 years old on 29th. So y'all gonna bless her, my mama. My baby girl is going to be 20. My oldest daughter is gonna be 22 years old on December the 28th. So we gonna turn up with my oldest, turn up with my mama. Um, that's just how we do it. Um, my best friend, my best friend Jamie, she lost both her mom and dad, not at the same time, but um, a couple of years apart. And I check on my best friend all the time, make sure she fine, and she check on me because she want to make sure that I'm good. Um, it's good to have my best friend right there. Um, but other than that, man, like I said, just go check on the folks. Just check on us. Check on it like during this time. Because a lot of people is not in that headspace right now. Uh so you know, it's just one day. We gonna have and there too, we gonna have uh I guess every other I don't know, trying to do like how we gonna do it every other Friday or something like that, or every month or so. We're gonna do a mental health, we're gonna do a mental checkup. We're gonna check, see where everybody mental is. Cause we all need it. I said mine was a 6 yesterday. It started off as a it started off at a at a 2 this morning because I just kept thinking about my daddy. And then, I cried this morning. I cried for about 10 minutes. I was shoot, 5 minutes late to work. Then I get in, you know, I don't say too much anything to anybody, not even my boss. Me and my boss, we close in age, and he understood where I came from. I cried. I went into the stock room. I cried in the stock room, let it all out, came back out there, and kind of put my blinders on and just went to work. And even though I still thought, I had the blinders on, I still think about it. Again, then too, I thought about it. It's like the show that I was doing. I'm like, shoot, I'm really gonna be thinking about it. Um, but I'm glad that I did get to do this show. I'm glad that I get to to let my guard down and tell people about me, about where I come from, about who I am as a man, who I am as a person. So, oh, in fact, here go Auntie Rochelle. If you can, I'm gonna send you this link. If you want to join me, I want you to explain to folks about uh um checking up on people during the holidays. But yeah, when it comes down to it, we just need to check on folks. Just need to check on folks. So I don't know if she'll come up, but I hope so. But yeah, Yeah, that like I said, my dad was still here. He would be, um, like I said, he would be 63 tomorrow. He will be 63 tomorrow if he's still here. Oh my goodness. When also, another thing that kind of get to you is like when I was going through my divorce, I was, really wasn't no battle, but going through it, um, it that kind of drained me out to, like, just I don't see how people do that stuff. But other than that, oh, how you doing, Auntie?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You said yes, ma'am. No, you did not say yes, ma'am.
Well, my granny told me. Granny told me told me to say that.
Um, I was coming on. I was hearing you. I was driving and I wasn't able to come up earlier. But I was just listening to some of the stuff that you were saying. And first and foremost, I just want to thank you for sharing how you
Mm-hmm.
feel. And you're not the only one that feels that way. I just want to honor you for even acknowledging what you feel.
Right.
Because as black men, we don't give y'all a space to feel.
Right. Yeah, and uh, I just want, I just put it out there because, like, I just said my dad, like, his birthday is tomorrow, and it gets to me.
And you know what though? I want to mention this question. How long has he been? How long has he been passed?
Since 1989.
Okay. And my mom has been dead for 15 years. So I would encourage you this. Don't run from your feelings, run to them. Like, don't, when you try to deny what you feel, it makes it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So don't deny how you feel. Um, feel it. And what's funny is that though, I tell people this all the time. Well, let me ask you this question, Doc. Have you noticed since your father's been gone, you sound a lot like him?
Yeah, my mama always tell me all the time. She be like, oh,
You sound like your daddy.
she sound like your, and it be so funny. Oh, you sound like your daddy. And I heard that this week. When we went to Tallahassee, I took my mom to Tallahassee with me, and she's like, we was just in the car. She's like, boy, you sound just like your daddy.
Can I tell you why? Have you even noticed for yourself? Do you ever smile and was like, damn, I sound like my dad?
Yeah, people say I look like my dad too.
What's funny is that this is what someone told me, and it's going to help you is that Because my mama was like a straight shooter, and I swear that I was like, oh my gosh. But now since she's gone, it's like I have incorporated. Watch this, her spirit. Because see, this is the thing. You couldn't incorporate your father's spirit while he was alive. But
Right.
now since he's gone, you feel what I'm saying? Now you have incorporated his spirit because he's no longer here in the physical. So
Right.
now I sit here and laugh all the time because I like sometimes I be like, man, I was like, girl, you need to go back to heaven because you is tripping. I'm serious. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I sound like my mom. But I could never sound like her until she passed away.
Right.
And she's with you in spirit. It in your, what I have to realize with death is that, and I want to say this to anybody that's listening, is that the reason I take death so differently is because I realize every day I'm born to die. Every day. Like I told my son, I'm 58. I got more years behind me than I got ahead of me. So what we gonna do, we just gonna love on each other every day. And when we get through this day, we go let the next day take care of itself. But what I won't do is stress over when I go because we are gonna go. That's just if one thing we can't do is fight what's gonna happen, and death is gonna happen. But I live my life in such a way, Doc, that I don't live with regret. That's why the Bible tells you don't go to bed angry.
Woo.
That's why the Bible tells us these things, because see, when you go to bed angry, you're taking for granted that you're going to be there to say, I'm sorry the next day. Now, death by itself is painful. Guilt on top of death will make you want to take your life. Because now you're living with, I never had a chance to make it right. You can be upset with someone, but you can still say, hey, I love you. Because you don't have that chance again. So don't live your life with regret. Honor your father, but at the same time, as you miss him, I would encourage you to think of the things that make you laugh. I'm telling you, sometimes I'd be sitting here wanting to cry, and I promise I hear my mama crack a joke, and I just bust up and start laughing. I say, okay, girl, you got me. I'm not going to cry today. But she's with me in spirit. Because this is when you remember this one more thing, you're not flesh with a spirit. You are a spirit wrapped in flesh. Your spirit never dies. Never dies.
I needed to hear that. And I think a lot of people need to hear that.
Huh?
I think a lot of people needed to hear that. And it was just one of the things as far as, when the holidays come.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a lot of people just don't know how to take it, Like it's just like you going through the whole motion. Is like it's Christmas time, and do I really want to be with everybody else, or I just want to stay home? And I'm like, nah, I gotta be with people that I know that love me, and they know, they know who my daddy was, and we all honor him in the way that we want to honor him and stuff like that. But anybody that's in our that's in our family, we gonna honor them the way that they want us to honor them. So I like you. I got an uncle. I had an uncle, man. Look, he used to smoke cool 100s and have a bottle of MD 2020. That's him, and he was a straight shooter. And he ain't sugarcoat nothing. And so it's like sometimes my sisters, they smoke, and I'm like, all right, just give me that bottle of MD 2020. Give me a shot. That's my commemoration to my uncle. And we just had our own thing, with our family members and stuff that's no longer here. So it's something that we try to keep up, and it's throughout good and bad. But I just want to make sure that people understand that they ain't alone when it comes down to the holiday season.
And Doc, you're not. And I actually should do something on that, maybe even on Christmas Day. Edwin asked the question about, you're going to miss them. That's something, it's no way you won't miss people that you care for. But at the same, like for instance, my mom was a laugher. she would not want me to be moping around here sad because that's not who she was. And so for me, I realized I'm doing her life a disservice when I don't honor her the way I knew she was. So my mother, Doc, taught me how to make her cream cheese pound cake, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so every on the holidays when I'm making it, I'm in the kitchen and I promise you, I feed her with me and I'm just cooking and I'm feeling good because that's what she did. She taught me how to make her famous dressing. So it's funny when I hear people say, oh my gosh, Rochelle, your dressing tastes better than your mama's. I was like, yeah, but old girl was in the kitchen with me. So I find it a way to honor them. I'm not taking away from anybody's pain because death is that. Death is painful. But if the person that passed away was a person that laughed and a person that had fun, I just think we're doing that person a disservice. Because listen, I already told my son, but Doc, this is how I am. I only got one. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna do a whole video at the funeral going, hey everybody. If you're looking at this film, that means I'm not here with y'all no more. But we finna get up and line dance. I'm a line dancer. But see,
Mm-hmm.
the crazy part about it is, Doc, my son was like, Mom, you gonna really do this, aren't you? I was like, I really am. Because my life is laughter. My life is living. I don't want to be, I don't want to, don't put me on life support. No, we go, let me go. My memory is with you. My love is with you. My spirit is with you. But if anyone's that's don't have that loved one, but if that loved one was one of laughter and of fun, don't do them a disservice because they would not want you to do that. Think
Mm-hmm.
about the things that they put on their favorite music and dance around the house. And I promise y'all, if y'all would listen and feel in the spirit, they're not gone. Their flesh is gone. But I smell, I hear, I talk to my mom all the time. And believe it or not, Doc, I'm closer to my mother now than I was when she was alive. I was like, I am amazed of the closeness. I've learned more about her life. I've learned more about how she moved. And I'm closer to her now than I was when she was alive. And I
Mm-hmm.
have such a peace about it. I look at things so differently because her spirit is with me at all times. So honor your dad. And your dad, just let you know your dad is with you because you're sounding like him more and more. Every time, boy, if you don't sound like your daddy, I'm just letting you know his spirit now has saturated you because his fleshly body is no longer present, but his spirit illuminates all the time because we are mind, body, and spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just I needed to hear all that. I don't, I don't think I can get through. Um, Sometimes just get through the day, but I think I need to hear every last bit of what you just said. And like I said, I'm under my daddy. I don't drink beer, but I take a glass of whiskey or scotch or bourbon and have a cigar with myself. Uh, don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna be up under no collar because my daddy was a grease monkey. But I tell people this: my daddy was a grease monkey. Now, if it was younger, I was younger. Yeah, he probably would have told me like, this go here, this go here, this go here. Don't do this, don't do that. Do this, do that. But I just know that he would have been like, just seeing me doing stuff like this. He'd be like, damn, boy, you ain't supposed to be on TV like that. You trying to be famous? And that's just my daddy. Like I said, that's my daddy. I had this quote that I said, my daddy in heaven looking down with a can of Slit Smoke liquor, a cigarette, and he's under the hood of a damn car with grease stains all over him. That was my father. My father took my mama when I think she was pregnant with me, from Dallas to Kilgore, which is probably like about 110 miles from here. And my mom was asleep. She wake up, she said they in Kilgore. And she down there had an aneurysm because she wasn't supposed to leave out. She wasn't even supposed to leave the block because that's just how my granny was. But it's just one of those things. Like that's just my daddy was spontaneous. He was he had to be the life of a party, but my daddy was a country boy. My daddy was a country boy, a mechanic country boy, and I guess I got part of that countriness in me because
You have to have it in you. He's part of your DNA.
yeah, and I ain't got the mechanic part, but this part right here, this all me right here. This is all me. So I think about it that when I get on this camera and I look at the camera and people look at me, it's like y'all looking at. Look, I'm telling y'all, I be telling y'all looking at my dad's nickname is Dusty. Y'all looking at Dusty.
And that's why you, Doc, when you get off this tonight, listen, just have a talk with your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Just I'm serious. Have a talk with your dad and honor him in such a way. And this too shall pass, but sit in it. If you need to cry, release it. It's when you don't release the stuff, it just keeps getting thicker and thicker. Release it. If you need to scream it out. Don't hold in your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And then honor your father. If you need to cry a tear, let the tears fall. They will stop. But just honor the things that you remembered about your dad. And live a day. And that's why I live my life in such a way that if I die tomorrow, I know I'm at peace with people, but they know I gave them my all that day. Because we are born to die. That's just a fact of it. And just love on it and love on your people. I heard you talk about your divorce. I know that's another whole topic altogether, but the holidays definitely can be hard. I actually we're doing brunch at my son's house, for I may just come on and see, does anybody want to talk? Because everybody is not happy on Christmas. For some, this is their first Christmas without a loved one. Mm-hmm. And I know that can be hard for them. So I may just come on and be that support system for some people. But thank you for bringing me up. I hope I gave you some good words.
You did.
Okay.
You did. And everybody, it's 9 after 9, so y'all already know Ken and Zoe is already on right now. So y'all make y'all way on over there. I'm gonna make my way on over there and give me something to eat and watch Ken and Zoe. And maybe we need to let everybody know, like, hey, check on your folks.
Yes, for sure. Well, all right, love.
All right, you have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So we all needed to hear that. I guess I needed to hear that too. So and doing the best way I can is honor my daddy and doing something like this. Other than that, y'all make sure y'all make sure you hit the cash app. Coach Thornton done started the drive already, y'all. Coach Thornton done started it up. Who gonna continue? Who gonna continue? She done put 50 on that thing. So starting it up. You can hit the Cash App, you can hit the PayPal, David Smith 1925. You can hit Zelle, David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Hey, the initiative is to send my black ass down to New Orleans to cover the Legacy Bowl. That is what we gonna do. It is in February. Might as well get the jump start to it right now. And what other way can you do it and honor, somebody like me that's real genuine? And I'm very genuine. Um, and send me diamond. You know, it would be cool. I would love it. It's cool. Um, but like I said, yes, we are doing this to go to the Legacy Bowl in February. More than likely, we're looking at least $1,000 to actually get there for housing and transportation. Excuse me, and food. I will talk to Blue about the credentials going there. Also, this is just a good thing as far as to expand my horizons and talk to scouts and coaches and GMs. Because you never know where this will go. But I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. Y'all did a wonderful job sending me to Tallahassee. And I appreciate everybody for doing that for me. Also appreciate y'all sending me to Birmingham early this summer for a SWAC Media Day. And I appreciate y'all. I'm forever grateful and humble for y'all doing that for me. But we're gonna get down to it. It's go ahead and check out Ken and Zoe, TD, Luke, and Auntie Rochelle on KC 1400 and Friends. This will be the last episode of HBCU Tonight for the year 2023. We will come up with some superlatives. If you got a superlative, hit me up in the inbox on the Twitter or on Instagram to figure out, so we can see who we want as offensive defensive player of the year, stuff like that. Coach of the year. I already got my SWAC Menace of the year. That ain't changing. And hey, we'll come up with that. But like I said, this is the last season. This is the season finale for HBCU Tonight for the year 2023. Other than that, I won't have a show on tomorrow. I won't have a show I might pop up for Christmas Eve, or I might pop up for Christmas Day, so I can tell everybody Merry Christmas. Other than that, we'll come back on the 27th of December. So this is a much needed break. But throughout the meantime, you can still make donations for the initiative, the Legacy Bowl initiative. Throughout the time. Also, you can do the super chat and become an exclusive member. So after this, we're gonna start doing more members only videos. So make sure y'all tune into that for the new year. Okay. And also we're gonna start coming up with the audience pick a topic. Audience pick a topic. All you do just DM me on Twitter. The audience pick the topic. We do it just like that. But y'all already know what we're gonna say. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. And hug your loved ones. Check on those that or maybe not be doing too well, and let them know that you got a friend in them. We out this thing. Peace.